Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started the timeshare cancellation industry by exposing the ugly truth about timeshares and giving folks the straight facts. I've been fighting the timeshare giants ever since, so no one knows this industry better than me and my team. Today, we have saved our clients an average of $65,000 in lifetime payments. Imagine putting those timeshare dollars back in your pocket. Give my office a call today. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call Wesley Financial now for your free information kit. 800-611-5252. That's 800-611-5252. 800-611-5252. Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps' base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve. But passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuits seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation. 800-805-9967. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-805-9967. That's 800-805-9967. Again, 800-805-9967.
As a kids, we all loved hopping on our bikes and hitting the road.
I'll be back for dinner. See ya.
Well, bikes just got reinvented for us big kids. If you haven't tried an electric bike, you have no idea what you're missing. Hit the road, the trails, or the beach by pedaling or not pedaling.
It's like being a kid all over again.
Why not start with the best? Hemingway e-bikes are the best fat tire electric bikes sold online. Since 2017, Hemingway is known for durability, price, safety, and fun. Hemingway is the long-range e-bike experts, taking you faster and farther on a single charge. Hemingway sells direct to the consumer and ships right to your home and has over 2,000 five-star reviews. Choose from 7 models, all with an unprecedented 2-year warranty. Find out why over 50,000 customers call Hemingway the best e-bike there is. Go to HemingwayEbike.com. That's HMIIWAY ebike.com. Use promo code FANATIC and save $100. Go to HemingwayEbike.com.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
Quiet, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Monday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. I'm happy to be back. I spent a few days, a 4-day weekend. My wife, I told her, I said, I just need to get out, and I need to spend a little time, sort of introspective, little me time. Yeah. And so she set me up and sent me to a place that was beautiful. I'll never forget my time at Camp Lejeune. I can't thank her enough for getting me the camping spot there for me to hang out.
Drink a lot of water there, did you?
Oh, the water tastes so good at Camp Lejeune. I couldn't get enough of it.
Sweet taste.
Yeah. So you know, that was. I don't feel good.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know how'd it go when I was gone. You guys, everything okay?
Well, I mean, Ralph was insufferable, of course, and Keon, fortunately, he was here. And then Friday, it was it was a Friday blender show here, and so, but everything ran smoothly. My captain ran smoothly.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Hope you guys had fun. Well, I'm back, and we have one more game. And by the way, if your picks. Oh my God. I went and I took a look at the picks contest, and everybody's picks were horrible. The highest pick number right now is 9. There's nobody that has more than 9 right. Randy, you have the most right of anybody at the radio station right now.
Nah, no kidding.
Yeah. So that little comedy bit they did on the Fox pregame of everything being in the upside down is correct. But we'll deal with that tomorrow. We have a lot of football to talk about today. But before we do, I just want to let you know that today is 2 days, National Pasta Day or National Payback a Friend Day. So if you owe a friend money, pay him back. And if you don't owe anybody money, then just enjoy National Pasta Day. So that is your choices. Or if you do owe somebody money, you could pay them back in pasta. So I've just figured that if you owe somebody $100, 50 or so boxes of good quality spaghetti will cover $100. So that's 50 pounds of pasta. Who's going to be mad to get paid back in pasta?
I know where you're going with this, and I want my money. I don't want pasta. I know where you're going with this. And
but the pasta is
worth
no the same amount,
Jeffrey, I don't want any damn pasta. I get plenty of pasta here. I live with an Italian
You
woman,
should consult with your wife on this, because she might say, no, take the pasta.
Miss Kim,
being Italian.
We'll want the money. We want the money, not
Well,
the,
I think you should at least float the idea before you say no. I'm just saying, float the idea. Because I got to get rid of this pasta. I have too much damn pasta.
I'm going to say no.
Well, you need to ask him. Just ask him. I just say. All right, so you guys all know where we stand. The Spankies are going to play an elimination game here at 4 p.m.
Spankings?
The Spankies. I don't even say the name. I hate them so much. The Yankees.
Oh, the Stankies.
So if you're not paying attention, which a lot of you don't, over the weekend, Padres eliminated the Dodgers.
I know.
Yes. Yes. Oh, it's
That's
so
a
quiet from the Dodger fans some reason on the text line right now.
I mean,
so
actually,
quiet.
just on Twitter in general, it was peaceful.
Oh, it feels so good.
Oh,
It feels so good. We're knocking off evil teams left and right. There's only one more left to go, and after that, then it's just a matter of. I feel bad. The Mariners got taken out by the Asterix, but hey, Phillies are sitting there, and the Padres. I'm going to go ahead and unhate on the Padres. The only reason I was cranky about them is that they have better weather than us. I got no reason to be mad at the Padres, so. I'll go ahead and support the Padres if necessary.
Big George will be happy to hear you made that decision.
I mean,
But if the Guardians win, then I'm just going to go Guardians. That's what I'm going to do. Because my grandpa was born in Cleveland, so that's my only connection to that. He was a Cleveland fan before they were the Guardians, but he's been dead since 1984, so he don't know any different.
Right.
So yeah, there we are tonight. We should decide the final game there. And Yankees Guardians. The Yankees are heavily favored in tonight's contest. You watched some of this baseball. Who do you think is going to walk away with this tonight? Is it going to be the Yankees as expected, or do you think the Guardians are going to pull up their socks and get this thing done?
Well, I mean, I think the Yankees will probably, because it's back in the Bronx, right? I mean, the Yankees have home field advantage, and so they're going to be in a familiar territory. The Guardians have a big task, a tall task ahead of them, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I mean, I can't see the Yankees, just walking in there and absolutely throttling the Guardians. It's been a good series so far. I don't know. I mean, I want the Guardians. I want the Guardians to win, but I have a feeling the Yankees will have them. I think they have an edge tonight.
What do you say, Ken?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Guardians. And me and Randy talked about this, Thursday, Friday. Just the staff, the pitching staff for the Guardians is really good. They have some of the best pitchers in the game. I'm a big fan of Shane Bieber. I think that dude's awesome. But there's a bunch of great hitters on that team as well. Jose Ramirez.
Yeah.
So I think the Guardians, if they want to win this series, have to start off strong, and I think they will. So I'm going to go Guardians.
Did you guys get along while I was gone?
Oh yeah.
Did you guys fight a lot while I was gone?
No.
No. Why?
No, I was just curious. Because it's only when I'm here does Keon get all angry and screaming.
I've never.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Never Randy. Mostly.
Yeah.
Just the thin-skinned comments about my team. I overreact a little bit.
Well, prepare to overreact later. We're talking about your team a little bit later.
I'm in a good mood with the status of that particular.
I figured you would be.
So
before we start up, and we are going to do a better job this week of hitting all the games. We succeeded one week, we failed the next. I really think we can do it. Before we do though, did you see the video? I posted a link on my Twitter there. It's at Radio Pal 1580. But that Kentucky offensive lineman, Tashawn Manning, it was one of the funniest damn things I've ever seen. So Mississippi State, this player, they were pushing each other, him and this other guy, and the Colin Duncan gets a little bit cranky with him, and as they're pushing back and forth, the play is over, and he smacks Tashawn Manning in the face. He's wearing a helmet, so it's stupid anyway, right? And so there's a smack, and he kind of turns and he goes. He does one of the best LeBron soccer flops we've ever seen. I think it was sarcastically done. Like he was just like, and then he drew the foul. He drew the flag, and he's probably like, I didn't expect that. That was amazing. You got to see that on my Twitters there. I like I said, I don't know what's funnier.
Well, because he gets up off the ground.
He gets the flag, or that he got or the flop itself.
I agree with you. I don't think he thought it was going to work because he gets up and he's looking around after the flag is thrown. Like, really, who threw that?
Just like, really? Part of him, he was probably like, well, because he kind of was involved in a little bit of the shoving back and forth too. So he was probably like, well, let's make sure that wasn't against me. But that was one of my favorite moments of the weekend. All right, so let's go ahead and do this right now before anything else, and we'll get to the text line. We do it backwards on Mondays and Thursdays. It's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 2002, the legal suit against the fan who caught the Barry Bonds steroid record-breaking 73rd home run.
Yeah.
Brought by three friends claiming a promise they made to split the ball's value in exchange for a game ticket. So like before the game, they're like, hey, we can get these tickets. I'll buy these tickets, but you got to promise if you catch the ball, that we're going to split it 4 ways, right?
Uh-huh.
Right.
Oh, no.
So what happened was the guy who caught the ball disappeared. He ghosted them. He ghosted them before ghosting was a thing. And so now these three were like, that's a jerk. So they sued him and they won. Well, he settled. He's like, all right, enough. I can't take this anymore. And so he settled with them, and he did agree to sell the ball and divide the money. He sold it for $517,000. So they each got about $129,000 each. And the lawyer said his client initially eluded the friends because of being overwhelmed by the situation. Overwhelmed. My ass. He just wanted all the money, the ball for himself.
Overwhelmed by what he was going to do with all that money.
Yeah. So there you go. That is On This Date in Big George's sports history. Is this something you said? Heckler Jones is on the text line, says, chicks don't know anything about sports. What the heck is this, Randy? I don't know where he's getting that. I don't know where he's getting this.
I never said anything like that.
Yeah. Okay, Heckler Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to cause problems. His name is
Heckler Jones.
That's true. And he's a good heckler.
Yeah.
The Stockton Slap says, okay. I'm going to put a pause on your text for a second, and I'll read that when we talk about he has a comment on the Cowboys. Definitely we'll get back to that. 1,000. Okay, why are you named 1,000? It must be Fubar 1,000. Hello, Blender dudes. Another good Sunday of football, another great ass whooping. God, I love fantasy football. And go ASU, he says. Fubar. I can't remember who his team is. Did Arizona win this weekend?
I don't believe they did.
I know. Arizona State didn't, did they?
No, Arizona State did win. They were in a bye.
They did not play. So
yes.
I knew you would like that.
Hamilton Porter, not all of your texts came through. The only thing that came through is the word embarrassed. So I'm going to have to put a pause on that till the rest of the text comes through. Let's see here. Yeah, I've got a text from somebody saying Cardinals offense is a complete debacle. Well, whoever 50-60 is, you are correct.
You're just figuring that out, are you?
Absolutely correct. Big George was on the Twitter, and for the first time, I just agreed with everything he said. He's like, fire Steve Keim, fire Cliff Kingsbury, fire everybody. I was like, that sounds great.
U of A lost by 10 to Washington.
Hooray!
Who ASU beat. So that
Hooray!
beat when they were ranked, by the way, which is even better.
We pissed them off. Hamlin Porter says, here it is. You guys should be embarrassed. The Lions scored 42 points on that Seattle defense. The Lions, Randy.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Is bad. The Seahawks defense was able to hold back the onslaught of Kyler Murray's batted down passes and win the game 19-9. And well, what do you want to know? Here's the good news. They've released kicker Matt Amendola.
God, really?
It's got to feel like good news, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, the guy,
because that was the problem. Right? Did he just get all your points?
No, that was not the problem. And he was being used way more than the $200 million quarterback in scoring points for this team. Yes. Yeah.
Donnie, he says on the text line, fish tank.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Fish tank.
Yeah.
Fish tank. Baker's cocky hen says, remember when I said the Padres would take out Ralph's Dodgers? We should call Ralph. Let's do that tomorrow. Let's call Ralph tomorrow.
Wonder how he's feeling today.
I can't wait.
It's bittersweet because his sea chickens beat my Cardinals.
Yeah, that's true.
And he did predict that. So the level of insufferability the next time we do hear from Ralph is going to be through the roof.
But what's worse, the Cardinals losing to the Seahawks, or well, no, the Mariners lost. I'm not happy about that.
Oh, the Cardinals losing to
he's a Dodgers fan.
Yeah. The Cardinals losing to the damn flea-bitten, chicken wing-looking sea chickens.
But that's not even true because old Geno Smith has actually been looking like, Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson is in Denver looking like Geno Smith. So I wouldn't feel too bad about losing to the Seahawks right now, except for your team is supposed to be way better.
Yeah.
I'll let you start, Randy. So what the hell went wrong when the Seahawks whooped ass all over your Cardinals?
I'll tell you what went wrong. We have no offense. I mean, it's the same thing every weekend. We haven't had any offense since we started this whole thing. I mean, there's been no offense that's gone on this team since game one, and it continues to this day. When you rely and the headlines are about your field goal kicker, when the offensive headlines are about your field goal kicker, are you serious right now? Instead of the $238 million man. I don't even want to hear that. The problem is the offense on this team absolutely reeks. Glug, glug, glug. That's the Cardinals sinking into last place into the NFC West. Last place.
Cliff Kingsbury's quote was, the offensive struggles are new to me. Are they? What?
Whenever he talks, I just want to hit him in the face. There's he just says things and you just go, how can you say that in front of a microphone?
He said, it just feels hard. It just feels hard out there. Not like that hard, but it's
sometimes I watch the NFL live on the 4-letter network, and that Orlowski guy who was a failure as a NFL quarterback, and then that big old offensive lineman from LSU that used to play with Texas, who is no longer playing in the NFL. That big old guy, Marcus Spears, I think is his name. Okay. Even those guys sounded like us on as we talk about on the radio. They just are scratching their head like, Cliff Kingsbury. He can't finish in college. He's got a vanilla looking offensive strategy. It looks like he has no plan for the next team. You mean to tell me they had a game plan against Seattle this past weekend?
See, that is why Cliff Kingsbury's girlfriends don't use any sort of birth control, because he can clearly never finish.
Oh,
God. Just let that marinate, ladies and gentlemen.
All I know is that I want the career arc of one Cliff Kingsbury, where I have a job and I'm not any good at it, but then I get hired at an even better job and I'm not good at that, but then they extend me and choose to pay me more money. I would like that. Millions of dollars, and I'm not good at.
I was gonna say, aren't you already in that?
No, because I didn't fail off. I thought that I did pretty well where I was at, and got a better job, but I think that
if you can't do it in Chattanooga, where can you do it?
I did it in Chattanooga. I think that ought to mean something. But like, yeah, the man got millions of dollars to coach a college football team, one winning season. Patrick Mahomes was his quarterback. He then gets a job in the NFL, despite the one winning season with Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback.
Yeah.
And they extended him despite the fact that he hasn't been winning here.
So here's the next logical step, Keon, in that arc.
Is he
Ladies
president?
and gentlemen, NFL Commissioner Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah.
That's it. Where else are you going to go?
If NFL Commissioner Cliff Kingsbury can get Dan Snyder out of the league, I'll be okay.
I just, that is my take on this team. I just have no words to express to you the amount of frustration. Here we are again as the Cardinals organization sinking to the bottom of the end of another laughing stock season for the Cardinals.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, remember when I said the Padres would take... Oh, I read that one. Yes, I do. That was Baker's Cocky Hens. Yes. I do remember you saying that. And I remember hoping you were right, but not believing. Well, damn it, I believe now, Baker's Cocky Hens. Silly Wabbit says, the new slogan for the Cardinals, making Seattle defense great again. Pinocchio says, sure, you can say last week it was the Lions, but this week it was the Browns, and hell, next week it'll be the Bears, but then Patriots are rolling. You know what? Rolling with a third string quarterback. How can you tell me that Bill Belichick ain't the greatest coach of all time? I'll wait.
You can't.
Exactly. Boomer Sooner says, good day, Blender Nation. Was great Saturday for old Boomer Sooner. Sooners won. Lincoln Riley lost, and Brady looked like a little baby kicking and screaming out there. We'll get to that. Fubar 1000 says, did we talk about the cats in the Rose Bowl? Oh, that's right. The Roses are dead. My fantasy team is dead. We're all dead. Go ASU.
Yeah.
Twitty, says, would it seem in poor taste for Randy to pour a drink for Kime's departure? Has he been fired? Somebody check the line. Maybe he's been fired. That'd
when he does leave, unceremoniously, I hope, he and Kingsbury hand in hand, walking off into the sunset, I will pour out an entire bottle of most expensive tequila that I have.
Again, I don't know who this is in the text line yet because it hasn't refreshed, but it says 8064 says, Murray, get try offensive on track. Embarrassing. They can't score an offensive touchdown in Seattle. The worst defense in the league.
Yeah, in multiple categories, not just one or two categories, multiple categories. They are near the bottom, if not at the bottom of the damn league. So that means one thing. Our offense sucks.
Mr. Pringle says, Kyler Murray hopping into his Barney Rubblemobile and laughing all the way to the bank. He says, I'd pay to watch Keon hit Cliff in the face. How much are tickets? Did you say you're going to hit Cliff Kingsbury in the face?
I said sometimes when he speaks to the media, it makes me want to. Because he just says insane, asinine things that, like, maybe you're not the best coach, but you don't have to tell everybody that you're not the best coach all the time. Every week, Cliff.
All right. So listen, Tiger Paws, you're right. That is the next thing we're going to talk about. There were some injuries and acquisitions and other assorted things that happened in the last 24 hours. All of it is just crazy. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The National Championship Series beginning on Tuesday night in San Diego. The Padres taking on the Phillies in a battle of two wild card teams, best of seven. The Padres minus a run and a half plus 172 on the run line. Philadelphia getting the run and a half minus 210. Phillies plus 102 on the money line. San Diego minus 120 with an over-under of 7. The Padres plus 320 to win the World Series. Philadelphia plus 340. The Astros, who eliminated Seattle in 3 games and had the best record in the American League, are the betting favorite at plus 140. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwhiners.com. Save 75% when you use the promo code ACTION75. Experts.winnersandwhiners.com. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
You've got advanced prostate cancer, but you're not waiting around. You want straight talk, the facts about a Govix.
Orgovix Relagolix 120 milligram prescription tablets is a treatment for adults with advanced prostate cancer. Fact. Orgovix is a different kind of androgen deprivation therapy treatment, a pill, not an injection. Orgovix may cause serious side effects, including a heart condition called QT prolongation. Tell your doctor right away if you feel dizzy, faint, have a racing or pounding heart, or chest pain. Orgovix can cause harm to an unborn baby or miscarriage. Use birth control during treatment and for 2 weeks after Orgovix treatment. The most common side effects include hot flushes, increased blood sugar and blood fat levels, muscle and joint pain, decreased blood hemoglobin levels, increased liver enzymes, tiredness, constipation, and diarrhea. Other side effects include weight gain, decreased sex drive, and erectile function problems. Orgovix may cause infertility. Talk to your doctor if infertility is a concern for you.
Go with a Orgovix. Ask your doctor. For more facts, visit gowiththefacts.com.
Remember last year when you wanted to hear that NFL matchup, but you couldn't because you were at your nephew's birthday party and the Fanatic couldn't stream the NFL on their app? Didn't that suck?
Well, those days are over, pal. Now you can listen live to every primetime NFL game on the Fanatic app. Download the app now at the Google Play Store or the App Store, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Today with Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Let's hurry up and get ourselves through the text line. Before we do, though, I'm going to tell you, Marquise Brown, he had what they thought was going to be a season ender injury. Turns out now could be about 6 weeks. That's what Tiger Paws was trying to tell y'all. The recovery time for Hollywood Brown, possibly 6 weeks with small foot fracture. Of course, Justin Pew, he's out with an ACL. He is out for the season, so that's sad. That was my favorite player to watch and go, look, it's pew. Nobody seemed to appreciate that as much as I did either. But
we'll miss it when it's gone.
So now, I remember seeing this Robbie Anderson cat, right? Oh, by the way, the weirdness of everything in life. So Robbie Anderson gets in a fight with the coaches and lips off to Steve Wilkes. And the next day, boom, he's traded. Where? To the Arizona Cardinals. And so here's what happens. The Cardinals are giving up a 6th-round pick in 24 and a 7th-round pick in 25 for clearly likable, easy to get along with Robbie Anderson, who is now coming to the Arizona Cardinals. Now, the Cardinals owe Robbie Anderson $690,000. That's the remaining part of his base salary for the year. And so there you go. The weird thing about this, and Rich Eisen pointed this out, Ian Rappaport reported, he's like, oh yeah, good news. Hollywood Brown, following his MRI, his foot's not as bad as they thought. It's a small non-surgical fracture. So recovery time should be about 6 weeks. He's getting a second opinion from Dr. Robert Anderson before moving forward. And Rich Eisen's like, wait, what? The doctor's name is Robbie Anderson? That's
amazing.
A little suspicious or something. I don't know. 888-368-1580. Joe the Show says Cliff's girlfriend posted a pic before the game. I told y'all he looks like his lady is ready to leave him. LMFAO, dude's no bueno. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I believe you, Joe. Big George says, I can confirm from Kingsbury's girlfriend that when it comes to the bedroom, Cliff Kingsbury most definitely finishes. He's just shooting blanks. Thank you. Hamilton Porter says, so Keon, you're saying that Cliff is basically Kevin Sumlin?
You could say it like that.
Wow.
I think Cliff's jump is bigger than Kevin Sumlin, and that Cliff wound up coaching, an NFL franchise, but it's a similar career arc.
I understand why Mr. Bidwell made the investment in Cliff Kingsbury, because the last 3 seasons there have been improvements. Okay, now the fan base here, apparently the fan base is done, because when I look on the Twitter or I look at the comments online or whatever, they're always negative. The fan base here is fed up with Cliff Kingsbury and Steve Keim, and they are fed up with this brand of football. They want some fun football. They want to see this team, move forward. Once you've had a taste of the Super Bowl in this past decade or 2 decades or whenever the hell we went the last time, you get that close, you want more. And they've done nothing to recoup that and get back there.
And your team was supposed to be getting better, not worse. Everything was supposed to be moving forward, not backwards. And even Hamilton Porter says positive spin, maybe. Cardinals usually start strong and fall apart in the second half of the season. Maybe they're just flipping the script.
Well, I mean, maybe D-Hop's back and maybe the acquisition of this receiver from Carolina, which, by the way, I like the pickup. This guy seems to be a reliable receiver. He seems to be somebody that could put up numbers given the opportunity. He seems like he was frustrated and in a bad situation in the Panthers organization, and he wants to go somewhere and be used and be useful and be a part of the team. It's like they kept pulling him off the field when he felt like he could add the most.
And I agreed him in My Name is Earl. Oh, he was so damn good in that show.
He really does look like he really does look like he belongs on that show. Yeah, he was it Darnell, the guy on My Name is Earl?
The guy who loves shrimp. That's all I know.
Yeah, I think it was. I think he looks like Darnell from My Name is Earl.
Yeah, I only watched a couple episodes, but I love that guy.
I just think this team doesn't have an identity. Like that's the biggest problem. Are they aggressive? No, not really. Are they tough? Definitely not. I mean, what
in a hurry when the time is ticking? Nope.
No. So what is the team? Like what is it?
Badly coached, Keon. That's what the team is.
Yeah.
But
I think it comes down to that.
That's not a fun identity for fans.
I think we have some good leaders on this team. I think JJ Watt and all you haters out there are going to tell me how much of a wuss JJ Watt is. I'd love for you to spout off to him standing in front of him. And I'd love to see him just palm your head and pick you up like a basketball and then just drive you into the dirt and just to see how tough he really is. Because I think this guy is way tougher than you guys think. You bunch of haters can just back the hell off. But anyway, I think there's some good leadership on this team as far as players go. But as far as the coaching staff, no.
Cards Chappie says, well, Cardinals suck again. At least we can look forward to the Suns this week. Maybe, hopefully. Historian says, those who ignore history are doomed to repeat it. You are correct, sir. Lacrosse guy says, we went to the gum murderer. We lost to the gum murderer. I meant, what a disgrace.
Yeah.
Pro Dog says, Seahawks must be the worst tanking team ever. Yeah, I thought they were tanking for sure. Now they blew that, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't know if Pete Carroll. Now I don't know if he was delusional about Geno or not, because
maybe he really
we're
believed
6
in him.
weeks in, and like that's not fluke at 6 weeks.
Yeah, listen, all I can say is congratulations to Pete Carroll and to the Seahawks team. You beat her ass, and that's the bottom line. And the team came out prepared. Geno Smith looked like he knew what the hell he was doing. Pete Carroll made the right moves, had a defense to cover our pitiful and pathetic offensive lineup. And look, congratulations, you win.
Boomer Sooner says, maybe we need a wide receiver coach. Our guys can't separate from DBs. Well, maybe Hollywood. Well, not a D, more. Mr. Pringle says, Cliff and Kyler and Kime. What the hell? Yeah, we're just going to stop right there. I'm going to save you from yourself, Pringle. Booger Wolf says, my Niners got whooped by the Falcons, bro. Damn it all to Heezy. Get it together, boys.
Falcons are good this year, man. Don't overlook the Falcons.
I'm overlooking the Falcons.
Don't
Swazman says
they might win that division.
Yeah, it's Mariota. You just can't. Bad loss for the Cardinals. Things don't look good going forward, says Swazman. Maybe Kyler should join the Oakland A's, who really drafted him. Maybe got Dak says, hi, guys. Hilarious when that guy Sauce on the Jets, D wore the cheese hat out of Lambeau. And Alan Lizard knocked it off his head. Oh, it was fun, but they weren't mad at each other. We'll talk about that a little bit later. He says, also, Mike McCarthy needs to be fired. 10 penalties for 78 yards versus Eagles, 2 penalties for 10 yards. Sorry, Big Got Dak. We only got time for one coach getting fired at the moment, and it's got to be Cliff Kingsbury, not Mike McCarthy. Maybe in the next hour we can get on board with the fire of Mike McCarthy. But
wait, hold on. No, you can't fire Mike McCarthy. As a fellow NFC East member, you can't fire him.
Oh, I see. No, we got to fire his ass.
You think on the field was bad? You should have seen the penalty he committed in the after game buffet in the locker room. I mean, that was just right there. That was just a penalty in itself.
Party foul.
He is a buffet molester if I ever saw one. FAB says, gonna cut my hair when the Raiders have a winning record. You can start calling me Dumbledore. Yeah, well, you got to get that beard going too, man. Tiger Paws says, this guy already has an association with our offensive line coach. Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Robbie Anderson? Bruno Baller says it was already 14 seasons ago when the Cardinals made the Super Bowl. Good God, has it been 14? You're right, it hasn't. It's been 14 years. Hamilton Porter says if the Cards lose Thursday, does Cliff survive the bye week? Well, he shouldn't, but because Bidwell is very loyal and slow to move on stuff like that, probably.
I mean, maybe, but just when I look at because I think they're playing the Saints Thursday, and the Saints, like half their receiving core is gone. They're not going to be playing Thursday. A good chunk of that offensive line gone. They're not going to be playing Thursday. If you can't beat the beat up Saints with Andy Dalton potentially at quarterback, you deserve to be fired the following day.
It's funny because you don't notice that the Saints and the Cardinals have the same exact record, and you're forgetting that the Cardinals, supposedly an offensive juggernaut, they haven't shown up this year, but the Cardinals just went up against the worst defense in the NFL and sucked.
Yeah, you are correct.
True, but this is who the Saints are missing. Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, Jarvis Landry. Those are the three best receivers. Gone. Marshawn Lattimore, best corner. Gone. If you can't beat that team, I'm sorry. You don't deserve to coach an NFL team. You don't.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, I only had 3 wins on the fan picking thing this week. What a disaster. My work week ever. So it's all right. I'll rebound next week and get them all correct, maybe. Listen, you're not alone on that, Heavy Metal. It was a wacky upside down weekend. Stockton Slap says, Keon, too bad the Cowboys are going to fire Mike McDonald's and hire Sean Payton.
Look, I know that's how it's going to go, but let me
That's
dream while I still have it.
Cards Chappie says, you can't fire McCarthy until the Cardinals hire Sean Payton. Well, it's a good point.
Yeah, that's true. See, I would love that.
That might be a reason that Bidwell gets talked into firing Cliff Kingsbury, is trying to be at the head of the line to get whoever is available for coach. That's a good point right Sean there. Payton. Cards Chappie, well done. Kiss the Cook says, think it's time for the Cardinals to have a short sale. You mean get rid of Kyler Murray? That's pretty good. Kingsbury is the reason they call it the bye week. Locke says, out of all of you in the studio, who would be the best next head coach for the Cardinals? You know what I think? I think we would be all three of us. We could do this together. I could be the head coach. Randy would be the defensive coordinator because he could fire them up with his awesome Randy rants. I would have Keon up in the booth as the offensive coordinator, and I'd be working with him on picking plays for offense and defense. So I'd be the guy standing out there with the look on his face. Keon would be up there devising interesting schemes, and Randy would be the let's go get him guy on the sideline. And of course, as a defensive coordinator, I'm sure he'd have a lot to say about what we do as well. So I think all of us would lock all of us. What do you guys think? Are you cool with that?
I am in agreement with that.
I like this idea.
Unless one of you thinks that they should be head coach and not me.
No, I don't want to be head coach.
Take a lap. See, I already got it. I already got it down. I don't even be trained or nothing. Hey, I was shocked. And now I feel dumb. I could have had a better picking weekend. I sent you guys my picks. I don't know if you talked about what my picks were when you did the picks contest, but I did notate on Twitter that I was changing my pick. I switched off of the Colts and onto the Jaguars because when I found out that running backs were gone, I didn't know the kid that was coming in was going to do as well as he did. I didn't know that Matt Ryan was suddenly going to become Matt Ryan again. Had no idea. So I disavowed myself of the Indianapolis Colts, and I paid the price. So, but it was kind of nice to get a win. And I'll be honest, I switched away from the game on more than a few occasions, like stupid, and I'm watching better football somewhere else, and I looked over like, what the hell's going on over there? Click back to the Colts. Are you kidding me? I couldn't believe it. So it was nice for my team to get a win. And Matt Ryan, of course, it moved up on the chart past Dan Marino on the yardage list. He now has 61,500 career passing yards. He's in 7th place overall all time ahead of Dan Marino. That does not seem right.
It doesn't, but it's just a matter of the time and the way that the league is. And unfortunately, Dan Marino didn't play now because Dan Marino would shatter everything that exists record-wise
True,
if they played
because,
now.
Yeah, they played like men back then. So, anyways, well, that's what happened with my Colts and with Matt Ryan. He suddenly remembered, at least for a moment, he was Matt Ryan in the past. I'm not going to let it go to my head. I'm not saying, hey, everything's great. I'm just, whatever, man, whatever. But then Carson Wentz fractured his finger, and he is out for a while. You've got to be so happy about that. They're saying 4 to 6 weeks and injured reserve is a consideration right now. He's in Los Angeles meeting with hand specialists, according to Ian Rappaport. How happy are you right now?
That's not that I'm happy that Carson Wentz.
You're thrilled. Don't lie.
No,
you're giddy. You were giggling about it before the show. Don't lie.
I thought we were talking about Snyder stuff. So that
oh, no, I got that too. But still,
that
you've got to be happy that now you're back to the trustworthy hands of Heineke.
I mean, they won 7 games last year. So it's not, you know what I mean? It's not like, this awesome thing. But I do think that the offensive line is bad enough that Taylor's mobility might actually, make the team a little bit more dynamic in that sense. So, yeah, I think it could work out as a positive, but I'm not like over the moon. There's so many problems with this team that wasn't just Carson.
Did you guys talk about Dan Snyder, the report, or was that after you guys got off air last week?
Oh, no, we talked about it.
All right. Well, I won't make you talk about it again, but I'm in a hotel room and I turn on and I see that. I'm like, he's not long for the world here.
All I could do is ask a question, and then Keon would just uncontrollably laugh, and he was like woo-hooing and stuff like that.
I damn near threw a party this weekend.
This is not going to end well for Dan Snyder. I don't know who leaked that or how it came out. And I don't know that person has any kind of credibility that said that. There's no way Dan Snyder can wiggle out of this. And I'm enjoying every moment. It's fun.
Oh, me too. I cannot wait. That's my Super Bowl right there.
All right. I got a bunch of texts sitting here on the text line. And, Dr. Danger says my name is Earl Guy. His name is Crabman. Oh, that's right. It was Crabman, not Shrimp Guy. And I'll let him have the final segment comment. He says, Cardinals have always been a franchise of futility. So why anyone is surprised when you hire a mediocre coach? What happens? You get a mediocre team. They tried to emulate the Rams with a young coach, but they didn't understand. You have to actually pick someone who knows how to win. And there you go, Dr. Danger. Not bad. Good text. All right, taking a break. Back with more of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Kevin Harlan here from Monday Night Football on Westwood One. Coming up, quarterback Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos travel west to take on Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers. Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner and I will have the call on air or on the free live stream sponsored by AutoZone. Who will get the important AFC West win? Join us to find out on Monday Night Football.
Right here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for the NFL.
Football season is underway, so now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back. If your first bet doesn't win, just sign up with the promo code WIN. FanDuel has all your favorite bets from the money line to point spreads to player props. So sign up today with promo code WIN for your no-sweat first bet. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
Must be present in state where lawful to wager. 21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit FanDuel.com/RG. Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. Arizona 1-800-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Indiana, Kansas 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com. Louisiana 1-877-770-STOP. New York 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. Wyoming, West Virginia 1-800-522-4700 or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net.
Businesses don't run on automation or algorithms alone. What powers businesses are your people and the people they serve. At Cintas, your dedicated service reps understand what you need to help you keep your employees feeling safe, comfortable, and performing their best. So your business can too. For workwear, essential cleaning products, first aid and safety supplies, and fire protection services, visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
business people like it straight and to the point. So here it is. Bruce Jacobs here to tell you take control of your utility expenses by calling Harmon Solar right now. They can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs, protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Hi, this is Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz. There's been some great National League hitters over the years. Pete Rose, Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, just to name a few. But can you name the last National Leaguer to hit 400? The answer is coming up.
When you want trivia from the world of sports, Daily Sports Quiz host Nick LaCapria has it. Baseball lovers, go online to baseballtrivia.org. Basketball fans, check out basketballtrivia.net. Football fans, head on over to footballtrivia.net. Hockey trivia, that's hockeytrivia.net. And boxing fans, log on to boxingtrivia.net. Stay tuned to this radio station for the Daily Sports Quiz or visit Nick LaCapria's sports-specific trivia websites.
The answer to today's Daily Sports Quiz, name the last National Leaguer to hit 400, the great Bill Terry, who played his entire career with the Giants. His career average was .341. Terry would become a major league manager after his playing days. I'm Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we teach the tools, rules, and strategies that professionals use to outperform in the markets. Having those skills has never been more important than it is in our current economy. These are times that history teaches us that the masses are impoverished while the few making the right moves are gaining generational type wealth. At Online Trading Academy, we teach people just like you how to make the same moves at the same time as Wall Street elites. And right now, we have an end of summer special. Join us for an intensive 3-day market timing course covering the best of the trading and investing strategies of our time. Text us now and register for the course at 66% off the normal $299 price. Text $99 to 25029 and get this class for just $99. Again, that's $99 to 25029.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
Welcome back to Monday edition of the Daily Blender here, 1580 99.3 The Fanatic. Tonight, of course, Monday Night Football. And it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a shootout. I think Russell Wilson may actually recover a bit in this game.
Excuse me, got a question.
Yeah.
Jeffrey O'Brien,
Jeffrey O'Brien,
Fanatic.
1580 Fanatic, go ahead.
Is the Chargers defense horrible?
Well, no.
Why do you think it's going to be a shootout then?
Well, I think Russell Wilson kind of gets back on track. I think he's been hearing the criticism. I think he's a man that wants to play better, and I think maybe he takes the reins a little more from Nathaniel Hackett. I think he goes out there and takes charge, becomes the field general that I know he is. And that's why I think that that he and Justin Herbert are going to have a shootout tonight.
Yeah.
Either way.
I mean, you could bet on that and I could bet against it. You know?
Well, sure. I mean, you can build your own same game parlay any way you want.
Say, I hope you're right. I do. It means better football.
I mean, I'm going to take Justin Herbert over passing yards. Give me Jerry Jeudy over receiving yards.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Right?
Keep building that parlay. What else can you go?
Austin Eckler. How about a touchdown anytime? Austin Eckler. There's three legs right there.
Yeah. Is there a line where Russell Wilson cries? Because he does that, you know.
I don't think he's going to cry after this game. This is just a regular season game. Now, if this was a playoff game,
he's an easy cry, Randy. I'm just saying.
Either that or when, Ciara sings, that song that really gets him.
You ain't getting none? That would make,
no.
Make any man cry.
I don't think that's the song she sings to. Anyway, pick 3 legs at least and get going. Use my promo code Randy1580. Get yourself $150 in free bets, win or lose, when you bet on the FanDuel Sportsbook app, America's #1 sportsbook app. Listen, it's easy to use, easy to set up, easy to deposit your money. And when you win, you get paid lightning fast. Again, new customers, $150 in free bets, win or lose, with my promo code Randy1580. That's on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. You must be 21 or older, present in Arizona. First online real money wager, only $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
All right. Thank you, Randy.
Thank
And
you.
Listen.
Yes,
I'm trying. I'm a little distracted right now because I'm trying to bet against your idea right now.
You're going to take Russell Wilson over passing.
No.
Because I've got Justin Herbert over passing.
No, I'm trying to find where he cries. That's all I'm doing right now.
I don't think.
All right, fine. Crop. I'll get back to the show. All right, let's get caught up on the text line, and then we'll start talking about all the games that happened on Sunday.
Goody.
30 minutes in the next hour and 15 minutes in this hour. So I may not be reading a whole lot of text after this. I'm going to rifle through as many as I can right now to get there. Bala51 says, cleared protocol. Congratulations. I hope you feel better. The Cause says, Kingsbury should be removed from play calling, then fired if they lose again. Well, if you remove him from play calling, you can't. Why would you fire him? You know what I'm saying? If you take away that part, you see what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense, Cause. But we're all good with you firing him. The Lock says Bruce Jacobs could be the water boy. No, come on now. Mr. Pringle says if the Blender trio to become coaching staff, you'd have to get Phil back as a trainer, to run out those growing poles.
Oh no.
Tell you what, that team would never do sprints faster than with Phil running behind him in a Speedo. Guaranteed. NFL Blitzer says Deion Jackson saved me this week. Well, I'll tell you what, Jamar Chase almost saved Keon this week. Holy crap!
Except
man.
I foolishly the other day when you got too cute with your lineup against Randy, I put in J.K. Dobbins instead of Alvin Kamara. I knew better.
Everybody hurts when they play Jeffrey in fantasy football.
Too true.
Randy beat me though. Yeah. That's right. Pinocchio says, and Ryan has as many Super Bowl rings as Marino. Yeah. And he's not going to get any more with the Colts. I'm telling you that right now. Heavy Metal Maniac says, wish me luck, guys. Tomorrow I have a colonoscopy. If it comes back clear, next day they put my colon back together.
Listen, Randy's 5 rules for the colonoscopy. Number 1, at no time should there ever be any Barry White music playing in the procedure room. Number 2,
agreed.
At all times, there should never be the doctor's both hands on your shoulders. That's number 2. Number 3. There will be no cigarettes after the procedure. If there is a cigarette after the procedure, you need to start asking some questions. Number 4,
agreed.
There should never, ever be a cold instrument inserted into private areas. If you don't,
you're knocked out.
Well, make those things. Otherwise, it'll override the anesthesia. Number 5, Randy's 5 things for the colonoscopy. And never be zipping up your trousers after the procedure. I don't want to see that. Don't want to know anything about it. There's 5 points of a good colonoscopy right there from yours truly. Good luck to you.
That should help, Heavy Metal Maniac. It's all good. Some other tips I would give is find a proctologist with very small hands and fingers. And in the post-op, if he leans over and says, what are you doing later? Just don't ever go back to that guy. You just don't go back. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. Twitty, it says Matt Ryan has won twice as many Super Bowls as Dan Marino. Is that the second one? Did I just read the same insult twice? Taco Kenny says, I'm driving home thinking the Raiders are still the worst team in the NFL.
No, I'm sorry. Cardinals got you beat on that one.
Bruno Baller says, if Philadelphia and or Cleveland make the World Series, we could see some pretty frigid temperatures at some of these games. Is Randy okay with the World Series games in cold weather?
Absolutely. I love it. Yeah, I just think it's another part of it's part of the aura and the mystique of the World Series. Absolutely.
You just you put a t-shirt on underneath. Yeah. You're good. Yeah. Wear your gloves all the time. I don't know. Harry Soap says, after yesterday's disappointing Arizona Cardinals loss, Cliff Kingsbury's wife forced him to become his own hand specialist. Well, joke's on you. He's not married. Hamilton Porter says, breaking news. This is actual breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news on the Daily Blender.
Newsflash. This is breaking news.
The Pistons just waived Kemba Walker for $9 million. So that means they handed him $9 million and said, all right, get the hell out of here. We don't want to see you again.
Is there some way you think I could talk Radio Ron into doing that for me? Just give me $9 million and say,
we're like, every time he sees us, he'd be like, why are you waving? Oh, you said it. You said it. We're waving. I got witnesses.
Where's my $9 million?
Hey up. Kiss the Cook says, I had to give my proctologist back his wedding ring.
Oh, boy.
Well, in a few hours later, yeah. King of Kitten says, hey, Rando, Tennessee taking down the goalpost is on Gordo y Flaca. Gordo, I don't know.
Gordo y Flaco. Gordo y Flaca. What is the name of that show?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah,
what the hell is he talking about?
Well, Tennessee beat the Alabama Golden Showers this weekend.
They ran down there and vandalized the place.
Well,
that's what you do when you
tore
win.
they had all the Tennessee volunteers. They voluntarily tore out the goalposts and ran them into the bars there in Knoxville.
Did you see what the president of the university said?
GoFundMe trying to get that thing replaced, right?
No, he said, I don't care. I hope we do this every year.
Yeah.
Because
that's not going to help.
Beating Alabama is the most important thing to that school, and they haven't done it in a while.
See. It's like if you Arizona beat us, they would be doing that.
Yeah.
Because it's been so long for them.
I really don't. Yeah.
Got it.
Like that.
All right. Well, I guess you better keep some spare goalposts laying around. Boomer Sooner says, does anyone else see how Cliff looks at the play sheet? Like a deer in headlights. Yeah, like he's just like, why did they give me the Chinese one again?
Cliff,
I can't read this.
That's English.
He's going to have it. I got an admission to make. I can't read. And then we're all going to feel sorry for him. Be an after school special.
An amazing story, actually. He made it to the NFL.
An amazing story of a football coach that couldn't read.
It's Patrick says, hi, guys. I called the Seattle Seahawks game. I know you didn't like them. Well, I just did not see that coming. Did not, but good for you, Patrick. Good for you. All right, we got to get started here. So if I don't answer your text right away, don't get butthurt. But an order that we see on our picks contest, that's how we're going to talk about these games. So first up on Sunday.
I have to open mine up?
You don't have. You don't have to. I'm
just
that's
give
how
me
I'm
a
doing
second
it.
here. Let me get
Randy, I don't have time to wait for you.
Right,
Falcons are now 3-3.
Yeah.
What's the Cardinals record right now?
2-3.
Just look Cardinals record.
That's what I told you. Yeah.
They beat the 49ers, and I think that the shocking part of that is that the Falcons beat the 49ers without Cordell Patterson. That right there was kind of a surprise for me. I picked San Francisco to win, and what happened in that game? It was bad. They got down 2 scores right away, and they just never got anything going, man.
Yeah, I just think that the defense for the Falcons kind of underrated. It wasn't great last year, but they've clearly made strides. They are playing a whole lot better, and then on top of that, you kind of have to give Marcus Mariota credit. He's playing well, and like he did in Tennessee. Using his legs a lot, not really throwing the ball a ton. I still think he's a little too tentative when he's thrown it, but he's accurate. He doesn't put the ball in harm's way. He never makes the big mistake. And, as long as he's on the same page with some of these receivers, they're going to have chances in football games.
Next game up, Bill Belichick was able to tie George Halas on all-time wins, and the Patriots beat the Browns 38-15.
Yep, and I loved watching.
God,
I loved watching those Brownie fans leaving the stadium early. See you later.
Yeah, it says now the Browns are a hated team because of the way they've handled the Deshaun Watson thing, and the owner is a dirtbag, and all their fans are kind of dirtbags. Yeah. I love seeing that, and I did at least pick that game right, but I didn't expect it to be like that. That was crazy. You did it with Bailey Zappi, the 3rd string quarterback. So power to you, Bill Belichick. And it went from like a really amazing day to a real awkward day. And let me just say that Brendan Schooler, we all have that thing that happens. And every time we think about it, we're like, oh, why did I do that? Why? Oh,
just
God.
A permanent state of cringe.
It's going to be in Brendan Schooler's head probably the rest of his life. He got a fumble, his first fumble in the NFL. And, he just excited. And he's like, I'm giving this to the coach. Coach, this is for you. Coach looked at him like almost like he was like handing him like a handful of poop. Like, here. And he's like, Belichick looked at him like,
nope. Somebody on Twitter said something along the lines of like, when my dog kills a bug and brings it to me,
yeah,
you just go, oh, thanks.
No, thank you. Just and somebody stepped in and saved Brendan Schooler from further. You know what though? Belichick could have been like, just take the ball, and says thanks, and then hand it to somebody. He didn't have to play him like that.
He didn't have to, but it's Bill Belichick. That was a dropped punt. Okay, Bill Belichick is not impressed by that, and doesn't care to pretend. He's at that age. He doesn't care to pretend.
Brendan Schooler is probably talking to his agent, or trying to, because his agent probably dropped him. Like, I got to get out. I got to get away. Kind of like those Southwest commercials. Got to get away. Yeah, Brendan Schooler does. He will never stop replaying that horribly awkward moment in his brain for the rest of his life.
It's on TV if he ever wants to remember it.
All right, guys, 1.5 hour left for the Daily Blender before Monday Night Football here on 1580 The Fanatic.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. And Tuesday means we put a bow on week 6 in the NFL and we give our show awards away. College football was upset heavy last weekend. Let's get updated on the wild and crazy weekend. And Major League Baseball Championship Series are finally set after Monday night. Who's going to go to the World Series? So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event, Monday through Friday, noon to 2 p.m. here on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of Kraft Ice from a new LG refrigerator, cooling your drink to perfection, making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. Final days to save up to $1,212 on this exclusive LG kitchen package with Kraft Ice. Ends October 19th at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Offer valid September 29th through October 19th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
O'Reilly. When you shop O'Reilly Auto Parts, you'll get the parts you need when you need them. Order online at O'ReillyAuto.com and choose same-day curbside, same-day pickup, or same-day delivery powered by DoorDash. Now available at participating stores near you. Trust the professional parts people to get you the parts you need today. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Kelly here with AC by J. It's hot and everyone expects me to talk about AC, but you know about our award-winning AC service. Did you know we do plumbing too? Whether you have a slow-draining sink, stopped-up toilet, a leaky faucet, or want soft water, you can trust the professionals at AC by J. We have plumbing down. Looking for upgrades? Tankless water heater or whole home systems? Drains, mainline, or slab leaks? We have you covered. Call AC by J at 602-609-7664 or go to acbyj.com. Service you can trust, from our family to yours.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM
and K240 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. Might not be reading a whole lot of text right now because we've got a lot of games to cram into 30 minutes of time. I'll try to hit them as we go, but as the great Jerry Reed once sang, we have a long way to go and a short time to get there. Was that him, Randy? Was I right about that?
That was Jerry Reed, and I can't believe you're quoting country music lyrics on this radio program.
Yeah, it was a movie. It was a movie song. That's
but it was still country music.
Convoy.
It wasn't Convoy. It was
Which one was it?
Smokey and the Bandits.
Oh,
parts
yeah,
1, 2, and 3.
I remember seeing it. I was like, this is dumb. Smokey and the Bandit was dumb. Convoy was pretty damn dumb too. But it was the 70s. We had nothing else to do. No internet. You just watched whatever was on the TV. And I couldn't help it. Got a long way to go in a short time to get there. Okay, well, you're fine. Maybe if you stop singing and drive the damn car, you'd get there quicker.
I'm just befuddled that you would actually know that song. Wow.
See, I don't see it as a country song. It's a movie song.
That is as country as it gets, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I hate country. And honestly, if I was more than that little teeny snippet, I'd probably lose my effing mind. But remember, I was held hostage in the back of a car with my dad playing country music from the 70s, and I'm just like in agony for all the time. So of course I know the songs. I just hate the songs. So anyway, I don't want to get bogged down in that. We have a long way to go and a short time to get there.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to mention this. You know how sometimes a crowd, people start fighting in the crowd, and it seems like that happens a lot. Well, the Patriots and Browns, they found a way to come together against a united foe. No, wasn't, catch cancer kind of thing. Wasn't any of the other causes you see from the NFL. They, of course, the Browns fans and then the Patriot fans joined in. They started chanting F the Yankees. It was amazing.
Yes.
During the timeout, F the Yankees. It was just beautiful to see everybody coming together as humanity can, especially against the horrible Yankees, who, by the way, they have delayed the game. Because why? Because everybody hates the Yankees?
Probably the weather in the area, probably.
I'm guessing because everybody hates the Yankees.
Could be.
That's just going to be my guess.
That could be very much. Yeah.
All right. By the way, somebody texted in. I can't. Oh, kiss the cook. Anybody know what time the Dodgers are playing? Nah. So let me tell you one more thing. Why Bill Belichick has so many damn wins. Because the following. Bill Belichick did not go to Robert Kraft's wedding. Not because he doesn't like the owner of the team, because he said, well, I'm sorry I missed it, but I'm happy for him, but I'm coaching a team right now. So he's like, I've got a lot to do. And in the meantime, Tom Brady shows up at the weddings, which, by the way, has to hurt him a little bit inside, because what's going on with Giselle. It's like he's going to be at the wedding. Probably, I bet he cried at the wedding. Like, I was married once. Anyway, but here, can I just say this about something? If I'm Bill Belichick, I can't go to this wedding because it would be hard to see someone this damn old marry somebody that damn young. Look at that. That's his wife, 47-year-old lady married the 81-year-old because, it has to be about love.
So can I ask you a question? Why are they behind
the money, Randy? It's about the money.
Why are they behind prison bars?
My printer is running out of ink.
Oh, thought for a moment they were being held in some sort of electrified cage there.
No, I'm sure she feels like it till he dies.
I mean, if you look behind him, it looks like somebody from the SAS is back there just holding him hostage,
patting him down. And yeah. No, listen, you can't convince me this woman is like, I just love him so much. This woman is there just counting the moments till he croaks and she gets the money. I imagine something's been signed.
Yeah.
But I'm not even trying to be funny. There's no way that she's like, oh, get me some of that Robert Kraft. And she stayed with him after the rub and tug scandal. This woman is after the money.
Hell yes.
I mean, I'm just saying. I don't even know I blame her for it. Don't act like, and he knows.
Sound business decision, honestly.
That's called a business move right there.
He knows, and he's okay with it. Anyway, so that tells you the difference. Bill Belichick doesn't go to the wedding, prepares for the game, beats the living crap out of the Browns. We'll talk about what happened to Tom Brady here in just a little bit. First, let's talk about another aged quarterback getting his ass handed to him, and that is Aaron Rodgers. Got his ass kicked by the Jets.
Yep.
How bad does that hurt? And then he's got to see this guy all over the Twitterverse wearing the Packer cheese head on there until Al Lazard knocks it off. Sauce.
I've got a question.
Yes,
why
sir.
is he in prison with yellow bars?
Again, my printer ink is going out.
Is everybody you're following today, are they in the prison?
That's not actually, no, this one came out all right. Look closely. That's just the yellow railings in the stands there at the Lambeau Field.
Okay. I saw yellow bars there. I thought
you just expect that any picture I show you today on the YouTube is not anyone in prison, just my ink running out.
What did Sauce Gardner do to get put behind the yellow bar prison?
Well, he put on the yellow cheesehead hat, but he is a Jet, so some people got a little salty, but even Lazard didn't get mad. He says, "Hey, I got no beef." He says, in fact, it's a cool name too, Sauce. I can't even be mad at this guy. Right. So, but you say a guy clowning with the thing, knock it off his head. That's cool.
And I liked it was in the off season where they stopped calling him Sauce because they wanted him to earn the nickname. Yeah, this entire season has just been him showing that he was Sauce the whole time. That dude's amazing.
Even just at this moment with that hat, he is Sauce. The cheesehead hat, he is Sauce. Yeah. And the Jets suddenly are a good team. We don't have time to go into that right now,
but Robert Salah, I'm telling you, this guy's got something going. I mean, he's got energy for the entire team.
Taking receipts.
And he has got these guys playing in the right direction, and I'm happy for him. I think it's great,
especially that defense.
Aaron Rodgers says, if there's a trade opportunity, I expect the Packers to be in the mix. Do you mean wide receivers or
I assume
Aaron Rodgers? Receivers. Colts. We'll trade to Matt Ryan for Aaron Rodgers. Deal. Shake. No, he says, I expect that Brian will be in the mix, or he's going to trade coaches. Something's going on, but Aaron Rodgers obviously has no reason to be too happy right now. It bothers me right now that Donnie has the reason to be happy. The Vikings are now 5-1 after they beat the Dolphins, and yes, Fish Tank has been absent from the text line so far today, and you can see why. He's probably not too happy. Dalvin Cook was kind of contained, 77 yards, 13 carries. Fantasy football owners were not too thrilled, except for, I don't know. How many points did he end up with, like 15 or something like that? It wasn't what you expect from Dalvin Cook. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody who has him, let me know there.
He did score a touchdown, so it should probably be more than 15 along with the 77 yards, but I don't know exactly
like 20
the number.
Okay, well, then maybe he had a fine time. I just remember hearing our kid here in the house going, "Come on, Dalvin, do something."
Well, it didn't start great.
Yeah. So the Vikings beat the Dolphins, and nobody was surprised about that because the Dolphins are a quarterback mess right now, and I don't know how long it's going to take them to get that sorted. Let's see. The Bengals beat the Saints. I don't think that was a surprise. The Jamar Chase, though, having 37 damn fantasy points, that wasn't a huge surprise, but a little surprise
because it hasn't happened in a couple weeks. Yeah.
And so Jamar Chase had a great game after he came back, and so Bengals, are they back on track, or is it just kind of like the Cardinals? They're missing a star wide receiver. They get him back, and things go back to normal. Is that the hope for the Cardinals right now, that old D Hop is going to make it all right?
I always thought that was the hope. Even from the beginning of the season, I thought if they were around 500 when he got back, that would put them in a position to be able to use his skill set, because clearly they rely on it a lot. Not just the big plays where Kyler throws jump balls to him and double, triple coverage and he comes down with it, but sometimes just the breaking the tackles for 5-6 yards that get them first downs that they haven't been getting. He does all of that stuff for them. I thought that was going to be huge when he came back. He's not going to fix all the problems. There are a ton, but he does make the offense more dynamic just by being out there.
Tuck says, we hear enough about the Jets on the morning show. Yeah, that's another reason I kind of skimmed past that pretty quick.
Yep.
Lacrosse guy says LeFleur looked kind of like he was going to cry. He's a bit Dingleberry-like out there. Yeah. Bala 51 says the Jets have also had 53 first-round draft picks in the last 3 years. So there's that.
But that's smart, because that's trading. They weren't gifted those.
It's smart, but you don't ever want to be that, though. You've said that yourself.
You don't want to be that, but if you're there, they've been able to take some of these picks and turn them into more picks. They trade down when it makes sense.
They've been economical in the way they've handled their business. They even got a coach that has no frills head, so they don't have to spend any money on shampoo in his shower area.
It's just being smart, really.
That's just thinking right there.
Frugal, man. Frugal.
That's right. Hefty Lefty says, God, I hope Russ brought more than a car cigarette lighter to cook tonight. Sorry, Hefty Lefty is like one of our Broncos fans. So
I was really happy for Hefty Lefty too when they got Russ. So I feel bad for you, dude. I do.
Bruno Baller says, kudos to Randy for nailing that Jets pick over the Packers.
Yep.
Did you really?
I took the Jets.
What? Just because of the struggles you saw the Green Bay Packers have last week?
Yeah, well, I think Green Bay doesn't have anything other than a running game. They have no receivers. I mean, I've been paying attention to what's been going on in the press conferences after the game. And by the way, Aaron Rodgers does not walk on water. And I've been watching the Jets. They've been getting better and better and better. And I clearly picked them. I mean, I thought, yeah, this is easy for me. The Jets are going to beat Green Bay.
No, I picked Green Bay, and I'm just going to say that's the last time I picked Green Bay based on Aaron Rodgers. And it's not necessarily his fault.
They just don't have a passing game anymore.
And he's at the age at 38 in his career where he needs that receiver. It used to be Aaron Rodgers could just elevate any random group of guys.
That's right.
He needs at least one dynamic guy. I think Lazard is very fast, but he was up against Sauce Gardner, and every time the ball hit him in the hands, Gardner was punching it out, and he doesn't have that guy that can beat one-on-one coverage like that. So it's going to be tough. He looked every bit of 38 years old on Sunday.
Yep, that is correct. Boogie's on the text line says Lions are 1-5 now. The bye week beat us 21-17. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Damn.
King Kitten says when ASU beat Nebraska back in 96, the ASU goalpost was marched up and down Mill Avenue and thrown into the dry salt river bottom off the Mill Avenue Bridge. Well, this seems really dumb, doesn't it?
Yeah, but college football makes people dumb. That you especially when you have a big rivalry game and you haven't beaten a team in a while, you just go nuts. And a crowd like that, oh my God, they're not thinking rationally.
Yeah, no, but that's your goalpost. You know, you should pick up the other team's bus and march it up and down the street and throw it in the Salt River.
Now we're talking. Yeah.
The Irish do things differently. That's all I'm going to say. And by Irish, I don't mean Notre Dame. I mean my team.
Irish got beat by a Stanford team this past weekend.
I'm talking about Ireland, not Foul 51 says Broncos Nation ride into mediocrity. You are correct, sir. Heavy Metal Maniac says it's a good thing everybody in the NFC West is terrible. The Cardinals are bad too, but they still got a shot. Yeah, okay, maybe not.
Do they?
I mean, mathematically, season's not over, so you can't coach like it's over.
I think after last weekend they were mathematically eliminated from playoffs.
I don't think that's what happened.
Who is I am shocked to see the Giants playing so well. They beat the Ravens and now they're 5-1. At the beginning of the season, everybody's like, all right, pump the brakes. Even Michael Strahan, all right, pump the brakes. It's cool. But what do you got to say about this Giants team now? I know Brian DeBoll has made a difference. Daniel Jones never seemed like the answer. I know Saquon Barkley has been playing up from where he had been. So what is the story here? Is it all Saquon Barkley? Is this a combination of just things are starting to gel? I mean, I am stunned by how well the Giants are doing.
And I think they finally have a head coach in there that knows what the hell he's doing. Remember, they had the hand clapper in there for a while running the offense. They couldn't get anything going. And they've had some bad head coaches in there. Finally, Brian Daboll, who comes from a winning organization, has got some creative ideas on how to get this team rolling in the right direction and has got some protection for Danny Dimes, and the fact that Saquon Barkley is healthy. He's able to run with vigor and with intention. I mean, look out for this team, man. I think them and Atlanta, you should be keeping your eyeballs on. And the Jets, by the way, the Jets get better, it seems, seemingly every week.
So I want to change where I used to say Daniel Jones looks like is some sort of like an accountant lost at the mall. And now when I see him, you know what I see? I see Bruce Campbell. I see Evil Dead. I see Ash. You know what I'm saying?
Little bit, yeah.
He's got that Bruce Campbell look to him. You have to look it up. I'm not going to spend time explaining it to everybody. Anyway, so there you go. But when you say, wow, look at them Giants, now you got to take a step back and go, wow, now you got a 3-3 Baltimore.
And they beat a pretty good Baltimore team. I mean, I don't think this is a Giants team that's a fluke and has a
Scores
bunch of
24-20.
I have a bunch of cream puff teams lined up in a row. They beat some impressive teams.
And with
so are the Ravens cooked, or are they just having a stumble?
They're having a stumble. I don't know that they're necessarily cooked. Their defense does have real problems. That secondary is not doing what it's supposed to do, what it's done in years past in Baltimore. I don't recognize that secondary. Also, it does help the Giants that Wink Martindale, their defensive coordinator, was the defensive coordinator in Baltimore the year before. So he knows the Ravens inside and out, and that helps you a little bit. But that's not the only reason why the Giants won. It's just the Ravens had that have their issues, and then a few extra advantages for New York, and give the Giants credit. They actually dialed in and made the Ravens pay. And I don't know that I'm ready to panic on the Ravens just yet, but they do actually have to figure out what to do with that secondary. It's not good.
Probably time to panic on the Buccaneers because wow, that is just a mess. And I got one word to tell you why. Well, that's two words. Offensive line. Offensive line. That's it. Brady's a pocket passer, and when the pocket can't stand up and he's under pressure, he can't do what he needs to do. And he just had a frustrating day. That's why he was over there yelling at the offensive line. Not sure that was really the best thing to do for him right then and there, but he's got a lot going in his life. So of course, and nothing he said was wrong. In fact, while he was yelling at them, he was screaming, "Hey, you're better than this. You guys are better than this, and you're not playing what you're capable of playing. Let's get out there and do that." So even though he was screaming at them that I'm getting killed out here, guys, he did say, "You guys are better than this." I don't know if that makes it better or worse, but
and I think that they take the criticism because it's Tom, because he's got 7 rings, and so when Tom's screaming at you, it's different when it's somebody else.
No, they had to sit there and take it, and who's going to say anything?
Yeah,
who's going to say a word? And they would have been wrong. Because he was absolutely right.
Well, I mean, if it was Andy Dalton screaming at him, they just get up and pound him into a piece of meat, like a hamburger, and put him on the grill.
Absolutely right. And so now the season's biggest upset is the Steelers, 9.5-point underdogs beating the Buccaneers. I hope somebody bet that. I don't know who bet that, but you made money.
It doesn't surprise me, though, because Mike Tomlin and the Steelers have always been a defensive-minded team. You're going up against a Tampa Bay team. Their offense is struggling. Their offensive line is horrible. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I didn't pick them. I went back and forth, to be honest with you. I was going Pittsburgh, no Tampa Bay because it's Tom. Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay. I couldn't get it right.
That has to be the last time I picked Tampa Bay because of Tom Brady. The last time I picked the Packers because of what's his name, Aaron Rodgers. See, I already forgot his name. I took the emotion. It's just sad, isn't it? The Todd Bowles though, he's like guys living off the Super Bowl or living in a fantasy land. He's saying some pretty strong coach stuff. But it all boils down to, I think you guys did not give Tom Brady enough protection to do what he does. And, you have your wide receivers coming in and out with injuries. I don't know. This is not going to be a good last year, I think, for Tom Brady, but I think it might be his last year. Let's take a break. We'll come back, and we're doing pretty good. We're on a good pace to finish up talking about all the games from Sunday. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Rich Eisen here from Monday Night Football on Westwood One. We close out Week 6 with AFC West action from Southern California. Chargers hosting the Broncos. Justin Herbert and the Bolts are looking for their 3rd straight win after an exciting down-to-the-wire W over the Browns last week. Now they face Russell Wilson and a Broncos squad hoping to break a 2-game skid on Monday Night Football.
Right here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for the NFL.
I had a nighttime routine for my frequent heartburn. I would drink milk. I would sleep upright with more pillows, but that painful burning stayed. So I made Prilosec OTC part of my morning routine. With just 1 pill in the morning, Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production, blocking heartburn day and night. Now I have a new nighttime routine. I call it sleeping.
One pill, 24 hours, zero heartburn. With Prilosec OTC. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Anywhere fans go to cheer on their team, there are behind-the-scenes MVPs, ensuring everything is game day ready. We see you, Joe, fixing seats so every fan can enjoy every game. And Allie, who keeps her stadium running smoothly from the moment the first game starts to the last play of the season. At Grainger, you're our MVPs, and we're always here for you with supplies and solutions for every industry and 24/7 customer support. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Businesses don't run on automation or algorithms alone. What powers businesses are your people and the people they serve. At Cintas, your dedicated service reps understand what you need to help you keep your employees feeling safe, comfortable, and performing their best. So your business can too. For workwear, essential cleaning products, first aid and safety supplies, and fire protection services, visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Go into Ben Bridge and ask to speak to a bridge. They aren't there. Shane Company, no one named Shane there. Robbins Brothers has been owned by a VC firm for years. Jared, that name came from a focus group. Hi, Diamond Dave Cantor, the only wholesale fourth generation diamond importer, GI graduate that you can actually meet in person. At Desert Wholesale Diamond, I'm importing the diamonds, designing and coordinating the custom rings, and I'm here. Deal with a full bore retail store. You're paying their huge overhead, their shareholder profit, and multiple mid-level managers. Buying a diamond is a major life moment purchase. You should be dealing with the source, and I'm it. We're in a professional office building to give you the one-on-one service a purchase like this deserves. I'm connected to the largest diamond cutters in the world, cutting out all the layers that add to the price of a diamond.
Call 480-397-2450. That's 480-397-2450. Or follow Dave on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's at Diamond Dave, Kantor.
Tip off the Suns season with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum, and new customers, you get $150 in free bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. Just use promo code Steve1580 at sign up. Plus, all customers get 3 months of NBA League Pass when they make a $5 bet on the NBA. Best of all, you'll get your winnings paid instantly. Don't miss your chance to get $150 in free bets, plus 3 months of NBA League Pass with promo code Steve1580. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the Phoenix Suns. 21 plus and present in Arizona. New customers, first online real money wager only. $10 deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Existing customers, $5 NBA wager required. Limit 1 pass per customer across both offers. Restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See full terms in both offers at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. NBA League Pass. Local blackout. Restrictions apply.
If you're an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits and the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
It's college football time. The Big Ten, the SEC, the ACC, the Pac-12, the Big 12, the biggest conferences. Now the side of the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown. The big matchups, the fight for national rankings, the bitter rivalries. We have the biggest games. Get your college game on. Your home for football. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580. The Fanatic, Mr. Pink Eye says, I think the Broncos are going to get blown out.
Yeah.
Then the Broncos fire head coach and trade Russell Wilson to the Colts. I wouldn't mind Russell Wilson. It just, is he broken or are the Broncos broken? I kind of feel like it might be a combo deal on that. And I used to want Russell Wilson very badly. Now I don't know what I want. I don't know. Is it Russell Wilson or is it the Broncos?
I think it's a combo. I'll be honest with you. I think it's a combo. I think Russ Wilson is not that he's not that gregarious of a guy. He's not like a takeover kind of guy like Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. He's more of a team guy.
Well, I guess we don't have time to fantasize about my next quarterback. So I guess we have to finish up talking about the games that happened yesterday. We're pretty damn close to doing that. The Rams beat the Panthers, and it seemed like it took them a lot of work to do it. 24-10, but I'll tell you what, they're struggling. The Rams are still struggling, and is it Super Bowl hangover? What is going? I know they just won, so it's a weird thing to ask. We know what's wrong with the Panthers; they suck. So, and poor Steve Wilkes, I feel like he got a bum deal taking that job. But let's look at why the Rams. Why are they struggling so hard?
It's a combination of a lot of things. I think the Matthew Stafford thing. They keep saying that the shoulder's not that big a deal, but it clearly is. Something is off there. Also, the offensive line is not good, and part of that is they've had some significant injuries to center and left tackle, which those are the two of the most important spots on an offensive line, you could argue. And they don't really have great replacements for it. Like, this is one of the weaknesses of the Rams strategy, which is they pay so much money to their stars. All of those other positions, if anybody goes down, they don't really have the depth to handle it. Also, they can't run the football. Sean McVay tried to make Cam Akers work, and it was not working. So when your friend tries to come up with a catchphrase and make it a thing, Sean McVay was trying to make Cam Akers a thing, and it was not ever going to happen. So it was just a combination of all of that stuff. The Rams just look bad.
Tomorrow we'll argue over whose team should have them, Colts or Cardinals, or who. More than likely, spoiler alert, I think the Broncos. They might end up a Bronco here sooner or later, but we'll talk about that more tomorrow. So now the Rams are 3-3, still a better record than the Arizona Cardinals, but they continue to struggle on that. And my team will now struggle. My team will now struggle because the Rams are in a bye week, and I have Cooper Rush. I'm not Cooper Rush. Cooper Kupp. Sorry. All right. So the best game of the weekend, it started off a little slow, but I'll tell you what, it's still with the Bills and Chiefs, right? That just felt like a good game right there. And that is going to be a nice little rivalry for years to come. And this time, Josh Allen won. Last time, Patrick Mahomes won. And that's the beauty of this thing. Both these teams looked pretty good. It just ended with the Bills winning this time.
It seems like this is how these games are going to go. As long as both of these teams have talent on their rosters, it's who has the ball last. And the Bills kind of had it last. And Josh Allen made a bunch of plays. And that touchdown throw was an absolute dime. He's been making more throws like that this season than I think I've seen him even last year when he was really good. So, this is going to be a great rivalry. Mahomes versus Allen. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, when he first came on the scene, I was just like, I'm not really feeling this guy. Boy, was I wrong.
We were all wrong.
Last night, the Eagles beat the Dallas Cowboys as expected. At least I picked them. But boy, did you expect to see Cooper Rush 3 interceptions last night? And his wife flew just to watch him. And he's like, well, honey, it's kind of expensive. Maybe you shouldn't come. Yeah, she shouldn't have come.
She shouldn't have come
because either jinxed him or, well,
it's just the Eagles defense, man. That defense, they roll up on people and they make you look very bad. And Cooper Rush is
last game, man. This is last game. Dak is taking over next week.
He's an okay quarterback. He's been an okay quarterback this whole time, and he finally ran into a great defense. Why? He's a quality backup.
I feel bad for him.
That's his
the
job.
Last time you're ever going to see him actually starting, and he right in front of his wife, in front of everybody.
Well, that's not good. Yeah, for sure.
I feel bad for him. And he's a ginger. Yeah, all these things are working against him. Yeah. All right. Well, we have a lot more to talk about tomorrow when we come back at 3 p.m. But hey, it's Monday Night Football time. Coming up next, you get an eyeful and an earful. The Denver Broncos taking on the Los Angeles Chargers in LA. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Bye-bye.
Jacobs and Haley, 6 to 10 weekday mornings.